Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel, Science of Planning. Okay, so getting into this video, I have been thinking about doing a video like this for quite some time. I started this channel about 2 years ago, or I want to say about 1.5 years. So this type of video didn't really have an opportunity to come up because I hadn't been able to show you all a full year's planner system. I have been planning for a very long time. It's just my channel's been kind of new. So I figured this was the perfect year since I got a chance to show you all the planners that I started with in 2021 and the planners that I am ending with, or that I have right now, in 2021. And then what I'll do is have a series of videos that'll show you all my planner lineup going into 2022. It's a lot of twos coming up here, guys. So let me do this. Let me go grab all of the planners that I can think of that I want to showcase here. I do have like some, but now that I'm thinking of it, might as well show you guys all of them, because if you are like me, you are trying to find a planner system that works for your everyday life, and life is always changing. And I know I saw some really big changes this year. Some of you got a chance to see that from my previous videos. And if you went through a lot of changes, I'm sure you had a new planner system help you out with maintaining all of those life changes. So yeah, I tried out a bunch of new things here. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab all that. Let's put it on my desk here and then look through it all. Okay, y'all, so I had some planners off to the side. I found some additional ones that I thought could be really cool. There are some ones that I used in 2021. I either gifted them, so I no longer have them, or I just can't find them. I don't know where I would have stored them, but I do have a list here as well, as far as like everything that I've shown you all for what I started with. So if I don't have it, I'll just make a note of it, and I'll probably put a picture in this video for you guys to see. But yeah, you guys, I did some exploring this year. I've even got a ring system and a coil system in here as well. So lots of cool things happened in 2021 for me planner wise, and I'm excited to kind of go through with you guys here. So I'm gonna push this I'll push this in front of me here. We'll move this out of the way. And so I kind of have a list here of the planners that I have shown you all. And so what I want to do is I want to go through kind of like a planner and its purpose, and then kind of see its transition throughout the year. And the first one I think I'm going to start with, which didn't see a lot of changes, is my budget planner. So let me grab that one here. I'm going to start off with my budget planner because it hasn't really changed from when I started using this in January. If anything, there's some new inserts in here that I printed out, but this is my budgeting system. I do like to keep this separate from everything, and I am a huge budgeter. I don't know if that makes sense, but I absolutely love budgeting. And I even have a separate YouTube channel where I was keeping track of my yearly spending and monthly spending, daily spending over on that channel. And it is called Science of Budgeting. I'll make sure to link it down below if you're interested in some budgeting tips. But I kept that one separate because I have a lot going on with my budgeting system. And so having it in its own planner has been great for the past 2 years now. As far as the look of it goes, again, not much has changed here. So I know I had this hardcover. I've always had this on here, and it is punched for a Happy Planner Classic disc system. So you have 9 discs here, and I think I've had these same discs on here for a long time as well. And then on the inside, I used to have a cover on here, but not anymore. I think what happened is I ended up putting these cloth and paper top tab clear dividers in here, and I just now use this dashboard as the new pretend cover here for it. So that's been something new that was added here. Something else that's new is probably some of the inserts that are in here. So yeah, so I created these somewhat in the beginning of the year, and my Etsy shop has just gone through so many changes. Part of it was developing a lot of the printables that I was doing like hand or making by hand and with stickers, and I decided to make a printable version and sell that. And a lot of people in the budgeting community found it very helpful. Same thing with this right here, like a cash envelope stuffing. If you do that as well, this has been a great printable. my 100 envelope savings challenge. So I had a lot of fun. Again, you can see all of that over on my budgeting channel, but system wise, it hasn't changed too much. And I can show you guys December. This is the Budget Mom's Budget by Paycheck workbook. I print this out on classic Happy Planner paper, and then place it in here. And the dividers that I use are from an old Happy Planner. So that has been the same. Insert wise, I ran out of ink here, but that has been the same here. Then I have a folder back here, some stickers that I print out to help out with my spreads for my budgeting, and then some more of these blank sheets here. So system wise, this has gone through a little bit of a change here. Not too much has changed, especially since I'm still like in an HP Classic system. But I will say that Happy Planner recently dropped something cool. I say cool, but has dropped something that has caught my eye that I think is going to help, especially with a cover that I love. And ironically, it looks just like this. Like, I loved the way this quote looked here, which is probably why I wanted it to act as my cover. It used to be a divider, and I ended up just cutting the tab off here. But there is something cool coming out, and I'm excited to get it. And I'm going to look through it and probably incorporate the dividers, because, again, I got these from an old HP Classic, so those will probably be my new monthly dividers here. But yeah, I'm really excited. So that's probably going to change. So look forward to seeing that happening over here on my channel. And then the other thing that's changed that I remember telling you guys about my budgeting system is I was using a cloth and paper personal agenda cover to keep track of my cash envelopes here. And I soon realized that I was being a little too rough with them. I was always going in here to get the cash out, and that was a really expensive planner cover, y'all. Like, more than I would have liked to admit. I did get it pre-loved, so it wasn't like brand new kind of pricing, but still, I mean, it was getting damaged and it wasn't even being used for a planner. So toward the beginning of the year, I ended up moving into these planner covers that you see here, and I started selling them in my Etsy shop. So I would sell a bundle with the binder, and then of course you could get customized envelopes in here. And this was awesome. I really enjoyed making these for other budgeters in the community. This was another popular one where you could get like this planner cover, and then these had the zipper cash envelopes. I really liked doing this, but then I got busy, y'all. So I had to stop doing that a couple of months ago. I might bring that back toward the beginning of the year. So if you are interested in cash envelope system, again, check out my other channel, Science of Budgeting. But that's pretty much the only thing that's changed with my budgeting system, and you will definitely be seeing the planner portion of it changing here shortly. Let's look at, ooh, I love this one. Love it. This is my this is my HP mini size planner, and when I showcased this to you guys, it was in this exact same cover in January, and we are still in it. But at the beginning of the year, this was my content planner and my on-the-go planner, because I was going out more. At mid-year, I ended up doing a refresh of what it looked like, and that was because Cloth and Paper had come out with a sub box with this really cool new cover for the HP Mini, and it had a lot of inserts in here. And personally, for me, I really wanted a change in here, so I updated the disc, I updated the cover, and some of the inserts in here as well. And mid-year, when I decided to redo it, I kept it as my content planner still in here. And then I added some note sections back here as well. I also had like running to-do list in here. I think I was using these sheets. It was still pretty much the same system, but I stopped using this back like in August. So currently it's not in use. I just love this. I feel like this happens every time when I do a refresh. I'm like, let me find a new purpose for this. But you know, the truth is, if I don't have anything to use it for, I don't want to keep it laying around. I have to think about this one, y'all. But I do have a video flip through. I will make sure to post that for you guys here on this channel. Kind of going through what the setup was. And I think in that video, you guys actually saw me put this whole thing together. So Oh man, I forgot about these. This was so cool. I love putting this planner together. And sometimes I think about just having a planner that's just for fun, you know, just putting in all of the inserts, putting in, even if it's just basic paper or some sort of planner layout with it, assembling the journaling cards, because this is a beautiful agenda cover from Cloth and Paper. I might just do that instead, but again, I have not really used this one. What started off as my on-the-go planner soon turned into going nowhere. And that was because mid-year, or maybe not mid-year, in April, I got a new job. And so I was no longer working in person. I went back to working at home, which meant I wasn't going out as much. And so I didn't need my on-the-go planner as much either. So that is another reason why I haven't really used this one here. Okay, speaking of work, let's jump into that one then. Let's look at Work Planner next. So in January, I showcased this teacher planner. It came in the big HP size. So this is punch for 11 disc system here. I have it on black metal discs right now. And this is a Happy Planner. I'm just going to call it a planner cover. Happy Planner doesn't make these anymore. So I can't link this specifically, but I did use this for my teacher planner. And at the beginning, it started off as like the regular teacher layout that Happy Planner sells, but then I started redoing it in a way that made more sense to me. So I was covering a lot of things up. But in January, that's what I was showcasing, was this planner here. And I was also showing you guys a classic HP that I was incorporating into my work system. I don't have that one anymore. I only have this one here. I will be sure to link that video where I go through it, kind of explaining, you know, in case you're curious, you're like, oh, I need a teacher planner for next year. I would love to try the system out. I can definitely link the video so you guys can see that there. But looking at it throughout the year, it started off with like this planner. I forgot what this one was called. I'll have to look that up. Again, the video explains all of it because I haven't seen this planner a little bit in quite some time. But it started off with this planner and the way this layout was, but I wasn't really loving how it was working with like this color block. So I ended up doing some like revamping of my own, and styling this different, and organizing this differently. So as you guys can see, I kind of cut this column off here, and then I made it to where, since I didn't need the weekends, this part was always the same. This was actually a really cool planner, and man, was this perfect for work. I had my 2 subjects here, my 2 preps, and I had every day at the top. So I turned it into a lined vertical planner essentially. In the back over here, I had a lot of inserts, which are now taken out. But this planner was packed full of inserts here for work. And as you can see, I didn't get too far into the year using it because in May, I did get a new job. And so I ended up going through this transition of trying to find the work planner that was going to work for my new job, because this one was already done with. Now, I did get a full year's worth of this teacher planner, and I didn't get a chance to do a full flip through because the transition to the new job was like really, really quick. So I don't have a full flip through what this looked like at the end, but again, I do have a setup video, so you can check that out for my work planner. Now, also on my channel are the, what am I going to say? The trials and errors of trying to find a new work planner. When I started my new job, I wanted to use the same system that you all saw, but I quickly realized that that wasn't going to work for me. And so on my channel, you saw me go through, I want to say like 2 or 3 planners before I found the one that worked. What I'll probably do is I can put pictures here in this video so you can see what it looked like real quick, and then also link the video where I was putting that together. But I remember one of them was like a combination of a faith planner because it had the line vertical sections, and I combined that with a monthly layout, and that worked out really well for a while, until I realized that I needed to keep track of my hours. And so that's when I found the Happy Planner. I want to say it was like it's not the Heart and Hustle, that's the new one, but it was a work extension pack. And that one was awesome. That one was like perfect for planning projects. I also had a system where I had like a block at the top and then my hours already listed for me. And then on the following pages, I had what was essentially my monthly to-do list that I was keeping track of. And man, that planner was so awesome. And I used it for a good month. And I think overall, the planner community really liked it too, because believe it or not, Happy Planner came out with the whole planner of that extension pack. And they're one of their fall releases. That's the Heart and Hustle one. And they also came out with the extension pack again. It's a really awesome one. I would recommend it if you are okay with a hour breakdown. For my job, I needed the half-hour increments. So that is why I had to find something a little different, because that particular insert wasn't going to give me the half hours. I didn't like how squished my times were on the layout. So that one, I did transition out of that one eventually into what I'm still using today, and that is the Erin Condren Daily Duo in the A5 ring system here. And this planner I started using specifically, so I got my job in May and I started using this specifically, I want to say in July, because it was like perfect timing. As soon as I realized I needed those half-hour marks, I had heard that Erin Condren was releasing their A5 inserts. And I was so excited because I did like the Daily Duo layout, but I wasn't a big fan of coils. And I definitely say that in that video that I am not a coil person. In the video I was saying, like, you know, I can't do coils. I would rather do a ring system. And so when this came out, I was never in a ring system. I think there's even a video where I was like, I'm not a ring person, I'm not a coil person. But man, did I go through all of the changes this year. Y'all, like everything. If this was the year to try everything, I absolutely love using this Daily Duo system. It has the hourly marks with the half hours for me here. And then I also have a to-do section. Now, layout wise, is it 100% perfect? No. There are some things that I have to do to it to kind of make it perfect. And I think I can show you guys here on something. Let's see, which one didn't I write on? We can show you this one. So as you can see, I have to cover up that little calendar. I put some new labels here, some stickers that I make. And then I'm able to put out what my hours are for that day. And then just do some minimal decoration here. But overall, it is so functional, especially having a to-do list with the hourly section. So work planner wise, this has gone through a huge transformation. I started off in a big HP Classic rings or disc system with a very different layout, I think a weekly layout. And now I am using a A5 ring system with a daily layout. And again, I tried a lot of things, but life changes and I needed to find something that worked for me. Yes, I ended up going to a ring system fully in 2021, even though I didn't even start off in rings. It was that pocket planner that I started using. I'm not using it anymore, but it was that pocket planner that kind of convinced me that rings were okay. So I do like rings now in that case. But yeah, so I'll be doing a full flip through of this one in another video for you. All right, y'all, next up, let's look at my Catchall Planner. So my Catchall Planner started off 2021 as a half letter disc system. So half letter is a 7 disc, or not 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 8 disc system. And this has been one of my favorite sizes ever to transition to. I have used this system for over a year now, and it has just been a love of mine to just be in this type of planner. In January, it started off in a Motrim cover. Mid-year, I switched it out into this cloth and paper agenda cover. And this is the same contoured leather as the HP Mini. I was a little bummed because I think I can't remember if I bought them at the same time, but at the time, Cloth and Paper did not sell the agenda cover with this clasp on here, but I think now that is an option, and I wish that would have been an option in the first place, because I actually like having a clasp instead of it just being clean like this. So they do sell this option still, but I would have rather had the clasp on here. for it, but that's okay. So it is still in this cover here, and it still kind of looks the same. I still have it on 8 black metal disc here for the half letter punch system. I still have some journaling cards, some sticky notes over here. And then these are all cloth and paper clear plastic dividers. So here I have my yearly overview, I think my monthlies. So yeah, so these would be my monthlies. I have my dailies in here. Yeah, so this planner has been really, really helpful, or really one of my favorite planners in here. I just have tons of inserts, but I will make sure to link that video, my most recent video going through my half letter system. So for my lineup coming up for 2022, we are going to see if this will stay the same or if this one is going to change at all. So that is pretty much all of the main planners. So we have my budget planner, my work planner, my catch-all planner. We looked at my HP Mini, which again, doesn't quite have a purpose, but it's still kind of on my desk. But I did grab some other planners here that did get some love in 2021. Some of them, again, I don't have, such like as that pocket planner. Another planner that I cannot find is the Love Letters planner from Happy Planner. That was supposed to be to practice lettering. I didn't really use that a lot in 2021. But I do still have it. Hopefully, maybe I'll pick it up again in 2022. That one's really easy. You don't really need dates for that one. But yeah, so those are 2 planners I can think of off the top of my head that did not get enough love in 2022. And then same thing with these planners that you see here. So the first one we can look at is a Coil Planner. So I surprised myself when I bought this here. I am not going to say I'm not a coil person anymore. I used to say that a lot in my videos because I just don't like the idea of not being able to move stuff around. But when I bought my Erin Condren Daily Duo Planner in the A5 system, I thought, well, let me order some of the notes. And so I ended up ordering the notes from Erin Condren, and oh my gosh, y'all. 1, I love the paper, and 2, this coil is really, really nice. Like I think for me, I was so used to like the really, really thin ones that you get with just, you know, a $1 notebook anywhere. This is thick. Like, this is a nice coil. And so I really appreciate this. Now, I think this coil idea is not that bad at all. This cover I thought was awesome. I loved their Star Wars line they came out with. And it is punched so it can be removed. And then you could just put it back in. It is definitely not as fun to put back in as an HP Classic or any of the HP disc systems. So I'm not even going to try to do that right now. I'm just going to leave that off because I have to go in each little slot. It was a whole learning process. But yeah, so I ended up buying some notebooks, and I bought the Life Planner for the hourly layout because I had this idea that I wanted to map out my whole life for the week in an hourly format here rather than my catch-all. And it was working out pretty cool. And then I got this like crazy idea because, of course, you know, everyone on YouTube has these cool ideas to uncoil this thing and then Frankenplan it so it was the monthly portion, and then let's see, the hourly portion, because it's an hourly planner. Yeah, here we go. The hourly planner, and then I put some note paper behind it. And the reason why I wanted to do that is because that's actually what I'm doing for work. My work planner is a monthly section followed by a weekly, hourly section, and then my daily pages. And I thought, why can't I do that for my catch-all system and try that out? And I did it for a week, and it wasn't my favorite. I think it was probably because I wanted the actual daily layout. So I thought about buying a daily duo for this. What was my thought process? Oh yeah, I wanted to buy the daily duo and the 7x9 coil system, and then take these note pages out and then use that as my daily back here. But again, it's just fate. It's always fate, guys. Around the time when I was thinking about that, buying the Erin Condren daily duo in the 7x9 planner for the 2022 year. Another daily planner hit the planner scenes and I fell in love. And so if you know what I'm talking about, or if you see me post about it over on my Instagram channel, I will be using that system in 2022 coming up here, just to give you guys a little hint about my planner lineup. And so this was something I tried out. You know, it's not a bad idea. If I did not find that new daily layout that just came out, I probably would have gone through with it and franken planned this monthly with, again, the hourly, because this is a great hourly. This is one of my favorite hourlies that I've used in a planner, and then turn these note sheets into the daily duo sheets. And that would have been my catch-all planner. But yeah, so fate stepped in. And then the other thing too is that I suck at recoiling planners and taking the coil off. Like, I don't know if you guys can tell, but I definitely broke the coil here. I tried very hard. I looked at all of the YouTubers who were like experts at coiling and putting the coil back on, and I thought I did a pretty good job until I had to put it back on, and man, that sucked. So I can tell you right now, that is not my favorite part about the coil system, not being able to interchange things in here, because I'm just spoiled with my disc system and that new A-Fi system that I'm also using. So this one was used for a little bit, but one of the things I will say is I do love the note paper. So I have like two other Erin Condren with, this is their grid paper, and then I also have their lined and their dot grid paper. Amazing. They are some of my favorite spirals or notebooks to use for it. So that was one that I used. This one here, this one I did use in 2021. And just to kind of give you guys a backstory, I'll talk more about this later in my video, my planner lineup, but I wanted to get serious about goal planning, and I think I made that decision in July when I started doing a yearly overview and realized how important it was to not only set my goals, but to have an action for them. And so I looked into some goal systems or goal setting systems, and one of the ones I came across was Cultivate What Matters. And they do sell a full year planner called their Power Sheets. However, this year they came out with a 6-month undated version. And I thought it was, again, perfect, because that's exactly what I wanted to do, was jump in mid-year. But I didn't want a full planner because I didn't know if the system was going to work. Now, I'm not going to show you guys like my actual goals and stuff, because to me right now it's a little personal, so I want to keep that hidden. But this is an example of what it looks like. I will tell you that for the 3 months that I've used it, I love it. I really do love it. And so you'll just have to wait and see if I decide to use this planner system in 2022, or if I am going to be switching up planner or goal systems. But I will tell you that there is a planner that is going to be for my goals for sure, because I have found that just writing down a goal on a sticky note isn't really beneficial for me. I love having monthly actions, weekly actions, and daily action items, and Power Sheets is awesome for that. So I would love to share more with you guys. I'm going to think about it and see if that's something that you guys would like to see, our goals, my goal setting every month. Probably won't show like too much personal stuff, but I think that would be really cool. Another reason why I don't want to share is because it is messy, you guys. I'm talking like a lot of scratching out, because I was learning how to use a system for the first time. It's not just, hey, let me write something down. You really need to think about what goes into these goal setting planners. And so this was one of them I tried. I'm also looking at another one. So yeah, I am going to be doing something with a goal setting planner in 2022. Okay, so what else do we have over here? Oh, okay, so these guys kind of all go together. Okay, so this one here is a classic Happy Planner size dashboard layout. This was a release that they did with a Spoonful of Faith, and I absolutely love this cover. It's supposed to go the other way, but I love the floral designs on the inside, and I love the way it looks with these discs. Like, look-wise, this was perfect. And the layout of it, and I can kind of show you guys here. I didn't throw washi down. There we go. So the layout is just so neutral. And this was one of their first planners that Happy Planner did this year, where we saw this neutral beauty. Love, just love, love, love it. I love how the days are in the boxes here and they're not at the top. And so this layout is gorgeous. And then for the dashboard, super neutral. You do get this gray bar up here, but there's just no design anywhere except for these little polka dots here. Sometimes there's stripes. And when I saw this planner come out, I knew I wanted to use this for my social media. So again, social media used to live, or my content planning used to live in my HP Mini. I moved it over to a Classic. And that was actually new for me this year. I've always done it in a Mini because I never had a lot to do. But with my Etsy shop growing, my 2 YouTube channels this year, not just one, Classic was the perfect move for that. So this was a planner that I purchased, and initially it was living in here by itself, but now I have Franken-planned it with the meal planning for 2022, and I think it's gonna go in here. I'm not 100% sure, but I'll just kind of show you guys a little sneak peek of this because as you can see, I started using it here in November, and I don't think I've used it too much in December. Let me see. Yeah, I don't think I really decorated. Oh no, that's January. Let me go back, y'all, just joking. So I have all the way up to December. Yeah, I didn't even use it here in December. It's still early. I may jump into decorating it, but I know I used it for November. Here comes January, and then I think I have up to February in here for the Spoonful of Faith planner, and then I Franken-planned it with the foodie, I'm gonna call it the foodie planner, but it is for meal planning. I Franken-planned it for this meal planning because I think what I'm gonna try to do is put both of them together because I really do love this one. I love the cover of it. I love this idea that it's its own meal planning planner, and it still has this same beautiful neutral layout here. I love this little grocery list, and I don't struggle with meal planning and I don't struggle with groceries, but what I really struggle with is like burnout of just having the same thing over and over again. And I feel that if I write it down and I have this consistency of switching it up, then I should be okay. I'm okay with cooking. I don't mind it. Of course, there's those, 1 or 2 days where you want to break, right? But I don't mind cooking. It's just cooking the same thing over again just kind of gets uninspiring. So I think this is going to be really helpful. I don't know about like breakfast, lunch, if I really need that, but I like that that's there, and I love how neutral this is. So that's something that I ended up putting together here. I don't know 100% if this is going to, make an appearance coming up here. Oh, this one's actually different. I forgot this was like a extension pack. That's why it looks different. But again, I just put this together. It did not get a lot of use, and I don't know if it's gonna continue on here into 2022. Is everything I could find. I'm not saying there should be more, but I mean, like I said at the beginning, we all have changes going on in our life, whether you are getting married or you had a job change like me, or if you're moving, there's a lot that's happening and changing. And that's why we use our planners to keep track of all those changes. And I definitely went through a lot of planners this year. Not just a lot of planners, but also a lot of planner systems. I tried a Coil for the first time. I tried both of these. I didn't really have a choice with the power sheets, but I have that wire O coiling, and then I also have let me zoom it in here. There you go. I have the wire O coiling. I also have this coil from Erin Condren here. I tried a ring system this year as well. So this has definitely been like my favorite year of trying out planners because I pushed myself to find a planner that was going to work for me no matter what kind of setup it was, because ideally I just hadn't tried it out before, but now that I have a better idea of what I'm comfortable with using and what works for me. I'm going through it here. So again, that was a lot here in this video, but I hope you all enjoyed it, and I hope you got a chance to see again, like this whole process of how the planners worked out in 2021 for me. Let me know down in the comments below if you went through some similar changes. Tell us what are some of the planners that you started using but then you stopped using, or a planner that you found and fell in love with. Like for me, that's my work planner. But yeah, just let me know, or let us all know down in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video today, will you please give this a thumbs up? Make sure you are subscribed so you can see the new series of videos coming out for my 2022 planner lineup. And I will see you all next time.